The most reliable way to get what you want in life is to deserve it. It's such a simple concept, essentially the golden rule. You should aim to deliver to the world what you would buy if you were on the receiving end. In my view, there's no better guiding principle, not just for lawyers, but for anyone. People who live by this ethos tend to succeed not just by gaining money or recognition, but by earning something far more meaningful, deserved trust and respect. And there's deep satisfaction in being trusted for the right reasons. You earn that trust by consistently delivering value, the kind you would want yourself if the roles were reversed. Another idea that's been central to my life is that acquiring wisdom is a moral duty. It's not just a tool for career advancement, it's a responsibility. This mindset naturally leads to lifelong learning. You won't get far in life relying solely on what you already know. I've seen many people rise who weren't the smartest or the most diligent. They were simply learning machines. They went to bed a little wiser every night than they were in the morning. That habit pays off, especially over a long run. Just as civilization advances through innovation, individuals advance by mastering the art of learning the big ideas across disciplines. I realized early on that the truly important ideas, those carrying 95% of the weight, could be picked up and routinely applied. But ideas alone aren't enough. They're useless if you don't practice. Without practice, you lose them. Often, complex problems become clearer when viewed in reverse. That's the principle of inversion, as if you want to help a country like India, don't just ask, "What can I do?" Ask, "What's causing harm?" Then figure out how to avoid those harmful actions. Inversion is a powerful problem-solving tool, often the only one that works when the direct path fails. So what should you avoid to prevent failure in life? That's easy. Sloth and unreliability. If you're unreliable, it doesn't matter what your other virtues are. You'll be discounted immediately. Doing what you've committed to should be automatic. Another thing to steer clear of is extreme ideology. It clouds your judgment. I follow a rule I call the iron prescription. I'm not entitled to hold an opinion on a subject unless I can state the arguments against my position better than the people who support it. Only then am I qualified to speak. This mindset helps prevent cognitive bias and sloppy thinking. Of course, we all fall prey to the self-serving bias. We think, why shouldn't the true me indulge in what I want? Take Mozart, for example, arguably the greatest composer who ever lived. He was miserable much of the time, largely because he chronically overspent his income. If even Mozart couldn't get away with that kind of behavior, why should you? Avoid toxic emotional habits too. Envy, resentment, revenge, and self-pity. They're poison. Self-pity in particular can border on paranoia, which is incredibly hard to reverse. No matter how severe your hardship, indulging in self-pity won't help. It's a self-destructive mindset. Beware perverse incentives. They can shape behavior in damaging ways. Avoid systems that push you toward foolish or unethical decisions. Similarly, avoid working under people you don't admire. Your life outcomes will be better, personally and professionally, if you're surrounded by people you respect. Maintaining objectivity is crucial. Charles Darwin famously paid special attention to evidence that contradicted his beliefs. That's what you should do too. Develop routines to stay objective. Checklists are one of the best tools I know. They prevent mistakes and help ensure clear thinking. And here's something else. Intense interest is essential for excellence. You can become decent at many things, but you'll only excel at what you genuinely care about. So if possible, orient your life towards something you naturally find fascinating. You also need assiduity, one of my favorite words. It means sitting down and doing the work. Life will hit you with terrible, unfair blows. What matters is how you respond. I admire the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who believed that every misfortune is a chance to behave well and to learn. Your duty is not to wallow in self-pity, but to grow from adversity. The highest form of civilization isn't built on bureaucracy or elaborate procedures. It's built on a seamless web of deserved trust, people being reliably honest and competent, and trusting one another for good reason. In your personal life, aim for that kind of trust. And finally, if your marriage contract is 47 pages long, my advice is simple. Don't sign it.